period of the financial bill of 2024, a lot of Kenyans have come out to express their frustrations of the hard economic times. And there have been a lot of happenings in the country where a lot of people have been shouting or chanting that William Samoei Ruto must go home. But ladies and gentlemen, I want to ask you this simple question. Do you think that President William Ruto is just seated and waiting for him to go home, as Kenyans or some people are saying? Remember that William Samoei Ruto is considered one of the most intelligent politicians after the likes of Raila Odinga, and he managed to win a presidential election where he was running against a candidate supported by a sitting president and the so perceived deep state. And he successfully clinched presidency. And William Samoei Ruto is one of the politicians who has never lost an election. Even the 2007 election where he was a running mate to Raila Odinga, it's perceived that they massively won that election and formed the Nusumkate government. So, but in this analysis, I want to give you reasons why I think that the 2027 election is going to be a two-time election, because all indicators show that the candidates who are going to run for that seat might fail to reach the 50+1%. Number one is that a lot of candidates have expressed their willing or their interest in running for the presidency. Number one, we have the like of Fred Matiangi, the former cabinet secretary in the Uhuru Kenyatta regime, who is very popular, and a lot of Kenya in the social media feel that he's one of the people who can make a very good presidency, and he is even said to have lobbied an international team to lobby his support in the 2027 general election, which shows that Matiangi is very serious about running for presidency come 2027. Another team is Rigathi Gachagua. Rigathi Gachagua has just been impeached as deputy president, and if he is going to be abandoned of those accusations, the Supreme Court might allow him to run for an elective post, and in 2027 election he might form a coalition with another person or decide to run for presidency and pick a running mate from a different tribe. Let's say a lot of indication is showing that they are going to work with Kalonzo Musyoka, which means that we will be having Kalonzo and Rigathi, and probably there will be another team of Matiangi, and a lot of speculation are saying that he might come to Central pick a running mate like Ndindi Nyoro, and then we'll be having other candidates, the likes of Morara Kebaso, the likes of Mtata, and a lot of people might emerge. But the funny thing about the 2027 general election, as we've seen in other different elections, all these candidates indicate that they might get a significant percentage of votes in that election, because there are Kenyans who feel that Mtata can make a good president and he might pick some percentage. A lot of Kenyans feel that Matiang'i can make a good president. He will pick a significant percentage. A lot of Kenyans will feel that Gachagua was betrayed, let's support him. He came out, he supported us, especially the people of the Mount Kenya, and they might support the coalition that Rigathi Gachagua and his team would have formed. This indicates that President William Samoei Ruto, if in any case continues to work with Raila Odinga, then there will be a great division of votes in Kenya, and the person who will lead will not get the 50+1% of votes required to clinch presidency. That's why the 2027 general election might be decided in the second round of voting, where will have number one and number two contesting, and the most important thing about that is who will be backed up by the remaining candidates in the second round. But as I asked you that, and as I reminded you that President William Samoei Ruto is a very intelligent politician. He has won elections that people never knew he will win, and he is very tactful, and it will surprise a lot of people if he still emerges as a very strong candidate. Remember that right now he's moved from the Mount Kenya region, he's consolidating the former strongholds of Raila Odinga. We saw him in Kondere, Kisumu, and he was cheered, and it's just the beginning. The likes of Hassan Joe of the coastal region are now mobilizing the people to support President William Samoei Ruto. And as we move closer to 2027, this bases will have given President William Samoei Ruto some percentage, putting in mind that the people from his community, the Rift Valley, Kalenjins, will still support President William Samoei Ruto because of the regional voting that is perceived to be in Kenya. You can tell me what you think in my comment section, but that's just by my thoughts. What you think about with this the 2027 general election go to the second round, or will it be won from the first round? But remember that if it will have to be won in the first round, it only have to be that the other candidates, the likes of Matiangi, Okiom Tata, Kalonzo, Rigathi, must combine forces, and which is very impossible because of division of posts and divisions of positions, which will make it very difficult. Others, ladies and gentlemen, have a nice day.